Hey, this is a response to ewatchmandotcom. Um, um, this is about the great crowd. I don't. Again, dude, you didn't answer this one at all. You didn't even address it. You claim that the great crowd in Revelation 19:1 is angels. I don't know how you came up with that, because it talks about all the people all the way down to 8, and then the angels come in. Verses 19. Revelation 19:9. Then the angels are mentioned by angels. It says, "Then the angel said to me, Right, blessed are those who are invited to the wedding supper of the Lamb." But before that is the great crowd. It's people saying, "Hallelujah! Salvation is glory and power of the Lord." I mean, the angels don't need salvation. These are the people appreciating God for His salvation. Okay, and how He condemned the prostitute that corrupted the earth by her adulteries. They're talking about all the injustice that was done to them, and how God has pretty much rendered justice. The angels are mentioned, but by the word angel on verses 9. I don't know how you came up with that conclusion, but you see, the whole motive is for you to steer everybody off that people cannot be in heaven because your tainted doctrine of the Watchtower does not teach heaven. So that's the whole motive. You notice there's a motive behind all your responses. Is that how can I grab some person or use my video response to steer them away from thinking that people do go to heaven? And then you mentioned, I'll give you the contrary. The contrary is Matthew 25, 30, 31, you said. See, but you skipped it. You fell short. If you read Matthew 25, 30, 31, it's about the talent. You remember the master gives talent to each one of them, and a couple of them were very prosperous, and the third one was lazy. So what happens? Matthew 25, the third one gets his punishment for wasting his master's talent. But look what happens in 31. When the Son of Man comes, okay, in His glory and the angels with Him, He will sit on His throne in heavenly glory. All the nations will be gathered before Him. He will separate the people from one another as shepherd separates the sheep from the goats. He will put the sheep on His right and the goats on His left. All right? These are pre-existing people when He comes down. But check this out. This is going to shock you. Verses 34. Then the king will say to those who on His right, which are the sheep, "Come on, you who are blessed by my Father, take your inheritance in the kingdom prepared for you since the creation of the world." Wow, this kingdom is already there. Could it be the place where the great crowd is worshiping God? Remember the great crowd from Revelation chapter 9? Because He says it's already there. Okay? But you make it look like it's coming in the future. I don't see it. It's not in Africa or in Toledo or anywhere. There's no great place in God's kingdom in this stinking planet right now. But check this out. But look what He says to the goats. "For I was hungry, and He gave me," and so forth. He says to the sheep. Okay. Then what does go on to see? Okay. Then I'll tell you the truth. At least. Okay. Then He'll say to the left. Okay. In verses 41, what does it say? Then He'll say to those on His left, which are the goats. I'm sorry. "Depart from me, who are cursed, into the eternal fire prepared for the devil and his angels. For I was hungry, and He gave me nothing," and so forth. So He sends them to eternal fire. Why would fire burn eternally? Okay? And if you go back to verses 30, by the way, Matthew 25, 30, look where the third servant goes into. "And throw that worthless servant outside into the darkness, where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth." The darkness is lack of God or lack of Christ. Remember, He's the light. Anybody that doesn't have the light is still in darkness. That resembles very well. So Matthew 25, 30, what does it say? "And throw that worthless servant outside into the darkness, where there will be weeping." It's a constant body behavior. "And gnashing of teeth." Another one. Why would teeth constantly gnash? See what I'm saying? So you've got two constants. You've got the hell, that's a constant, and you've got the God's kingdom that's been there since the creation of the world. So you didn't address the point. We went in circles again. Your whole motive was the whole thing was, you see, you were trying to discombobulate the mind, push us away from heaven, where John literally saw the multitude, to make us believe, and then you settled on the ground, but we're still confused and walking around the market. That's basically what your video was.